Many of us are aware that legal processes, going to court and trying to get a case settled or getting justice in a particular matter, is a time consuming process, particularly in India. The Consumer Protection Act is an example of an alternate dispute redressal system, the creation of such a system, and arbitration and conciliation are two significant forms of alternate dispute redressal mechanisms or processes, and they are not really new concepts, or they are not something which is completely foreign to our country. So, arbitration is an ancient concept. Its origin can be traced all the way back to the Greek and Roman empires and the functioning of the states and cities. And the first enactment devoted solely to arbitration in India was the Indian Arbitration Act 1899. Its application was limited only to the presidency towns of Calcutta, Bombay, and Madras. And in this video, we'll be taking a look at the rationale behind the Arbitration and Conciliation Act. We'll also take a look at the definitions of these terms, try to understand the meaning of these two terms. Many of us are familiar with the Panchayat system. We know that the Panch, 5 respected people who are empowered to work as mediators and try and solve problem at village levels. Many of us from who have roots in rural areas know of the system. Some of us who live in urban areas may have seen this in Indian movies. So let's just take a look at alternate disputes redressal through arbitration and conciliation. What does it mean? The rationale for having an Arbitration and Conciliation Act, which in this case we are talking about the Arbitration and Conciliation Act of 1996, is basically to facilitate dispute resolution, to save time and effort involved in resolving disputes between parties, without having to go through a long drawn legal procedure. So, arbitration and conciliation are both legal because they are recognized under the law, but they differ from actually going to court to solve a certain matter in different ways. So, the rationale and objectives is to facilitate dispute resolution, all types of disputes. It could be industrial disputes, it could be family law disputes, it could be disputes relating to employment. All these matters are there where disputes take place between individuals, they take place between parties, and the Arbitration and Conciliation Act basically works to facilitate dispute resolution through these two processes or mechanisms. And we are going to also take a look at the meaning and definition of the terms arbitration and conciliation shortly. So let's consider what is the rationale, what is the logic behind such a legislation, and what are the objectives of the Arbitration and Conciliation Act of 1996. Now, the Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996 is an act which consolidates and amends the law relating to domestic arbitration, international commercial arbitration, and the enforcement of foreign arbitral awards, so as to define the law relating to conciliation and for matters connected therewith or incidental thereto. So, if you consider carefully, the scope is wide. It comprises, or rather, it takes care of domestic disputes, international commercial disputes, and even foreign arbitration or arbitral awards. Whereas it came into force on 25th January 1996. So, what is the use or the applicability of arbitration and conciliation as dispute resolution mechanisms? They are useful for resolving private and commercial disputes. So, non commercial and commercial disputes, and both have certain similarities, they also have certain differences, but they are both firstly dispute resolution mechanisms. They employ an impartial person who assists the disputing parties in resolving the dispute or narrowing down the issues which exist between them, or whichever are the bone of contention between them. So, this is the highlight or a feature of these mechanisms, that an impartial person, someone who's not involved in the dispute, that person helps the parties to resolve the matter or to narrow down the issues to significant points. There are certain differences between arbitration and conciliation which we will be considering in our next video. For now, we will take a look at what is meant by arbitration and what is meant by conciliation. Of the two, of arbitration and conciliation, arbitration is a more formal process. It involves judging of a dispute between parties by a person who is not involved in that dispute. So the person who is judging this dispute is an impartial referee. This person, the matter is referred to this person by the parties, and this person is impartial. Why? Because he or she is not involved in the dispute, does not stand to gain personally or lose anything from this dispute or the outcome of it. So, arbitration is a procedure in which a dispute is submitted by agreement of the parties to one or more arbitrators who make a binding decision on the dispute. In choosing arbitration, the parties opt for a private dispute resolution procedure instead of going to court. So, firstly, arbitration is a dispute resolution mechanism or a procedure which the parties agree to. The disputing parties willingly say that they want this matter to go to arbitration. There may be one or more arbitrators. As mentioned earlier, this arbitrator would be somebody who is not at all involved in the dispute, who is an impartial referee. And since arbitration is a formal process, the judgment or the decision given by the arbitrator or the arbitrators is binding on the parties who have submitted to this matter to arbitration. Now, when parties opt for arbitration, this is a very private procedure. So, it's a sort of a closed door procedure where only the parties concerned will be involved. There will be no public scrutiny of a matter as it is when one goes to court. Now, very simply put, just as I described arbitration earlier, now I'm going to take a look at conciliation. Now, conciliation in very simple words is a process whereby a conciliator, an impartial person, mediates between two disputing people or groups. So, all of us have had fights with our friends, and we have one friend or two friends or three friends who try to iron out that dispute. Whatever our friends tell us, they try to narrow down the issue and help us to arrive at resolving the matter. So conciliation is like that. It's a bit informal. It's not formal as in arbitration, and the arbitrator has wider powers when compared to the conciliator. So it's like mediation rather than judging. Now, conciliation is a confidential voluntary and private method for dispute resolution, and parties involved or those who opt for conciliation, they reach an amicable resolution with the help of a person. That person is known as a conciliator, and this conciliator is an unbiased third party, somebody who's not at all involved in that dispute, as is, in the case of arbitrator. The arbitrator is also not involved in conciliation also, even though we may think it's an informal process. So somebody known to the parties may be a better mediator, but conciliation doesn't work that way. Conciliator has to be an unbiased third party. So very simply put, arbitration is a formal method of private dispute resolution where the decision of the arbitrator is binding on the parties, whereas conciliation is an informal method of private dispute resolution where the conciliator mediates and helps them to arrive at an amicable solution in consultation with them. It's not like a hearing as such. Though he listens to both sides or both parties or two or more parties if they are involved, he listens to all of them, but his decision is not as binding as, say, an arbitrator's decision is. That was a very brief look at the rationale of the Arbitration and Conciliation Act of 1996. In the next video, we'll be taking a look at the difference between arbitration and conciliation. Thank you for listening. I hope you found the content in this video useful. Please don't forget to hit the like button. If you like the content in this video, please share it with any students who you feel might benefit from it. And do subscribe to the channel if you find the content overall over here useful. Thank you.